Hi, this is Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker. So I'm getting a kick out of seeing my shadow self right there, right there, right there. It was really difficult to tear myself away from my garden. Hey Gretchen, how you doing? And but I did, and I'm late. And one of the things, hey Becky, so I studied with Harv Eker for a number of years, and hey Darcy, and one of the things that he said is how you do anything is how you do everything. So I'm late, and I just went to an event, and I was late there too. So I'm guilty just now of being late. However, the deal about it is when you know that how you do anything is how you do everything, then you can take an example like, oh my God, I'm late here, and go, where else am I late and where do I not show up on time? That's the shadow self back there, okay? The light self here, we want to be radiant, we want to show up, we want to be on time, and we want to do what it takes. So there you go. Oh, Anne, thanks. Nice to see you too. Okay, so yeah, late and it's hot and I'd rather be outside. And so I'm going to do the second best. Will you open that door a bunch for me? Okay, so Gretchen, I think you were the first one to pop on. Becky, thanks for the love. Quite so much. Okay, good. Gretchen. Knight of Cups. So I don't have rings on because it's too warm for that kind of stuff. So, and I was out in my garden, so dirty fingers and no rings. But I'm going to put it up here so you can actually see it. The knight, this knight has really big spurs. He could spur things on. But the thing about emotions is that it's much more useful to encourage and entice when we want to use this particular knight. So you're on a quest, or there is a quest for an emotional quest, and this knight is not moving. So what are you going to do to entice movement here? Now, like I said, you could use your spurs and spur them on, but usually what happens and what works best is when we encourage. To encourage is to give from the heart. So when we, because it's cups, right? So you're going to encourage as opposed to spur on, or poke in the ribs, or push from behind. When you move from a place of enticement rather than a place of being prodded or pushed, there's you getting involved. So this knight is going to require, there you go, look, it's 3 stages, the upper, the middle, and the lower. So see the no movement down there? So there's got to be something, Gretchen, that you can do to entice this knight to move. And you want to do it from your heart. And enticement always means this, you know, we're always, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're always enticing. I mean, think about the word itself. What do you even want to entice? You know, when I do it, my shoulder comes up and I kind of like get into that girly thing. So your quest needs some enticement. And I'll just tell you that if you want a consultation, come and get one, because if you don't know how to entice this forward, I can help you. All right, Becky, hi, this one's for you. More cups. So what we have here is a 7. Very sacred number, 7 wonders of the world, 7 days, all those 7 things. When I see this cup, what I realize is that there's some indecision on your part. Oh, thanks for the love. There's indecision on your part. You have a lot of choices. And when we have a lot of choices, oftentimes we kind of stall out because we don't quite know what to do. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, making reflection. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is make a decision. Okay, choose one of them. I'm going to put it up close. There you go. And you can see that, I mean, there's a dragon in there, there's a snake, there's crystals, that none of them really have much substance until you decide. Once you decide and reach for that, that's where the substance comes in. So decide. The thing about having multiple choices is that once you decide, you can do that for a bit. If that doesn't work, you can go and decommit. When you commit to something, you say yes. And then after a while, some things don't fit any longer. And so we get to say, I decommit from doing that. And this, you can commit to doing something, make a choice, use it for a while. Don't try it. Use it for a while. Whatever choice, whatever one you choose, use it for a while. If it serves you, then you can do it for longer. If it doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve you. So decommit from it. Lots and lots of choices here. They're all yours. So choose one. Do it for a while. If it works out, keep on doing it. If it doesn't work out the way you want it to, then ditch it. Darcy, hey, how are things? So 9 of Wands, passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine. What we have here is that, pardon me, all of this is behind you. So whatever has been going on, it's back there. And this is a typical thing that we all do. We all ruminate on it. We bring it up. We talk about it again. And we re-traumatize ourselves. That's the wounding in the head here. So an event happened. It's done. Now you get to learn whatever lessons from it. But be mindful of the speaking of the story over and over. It gives it fuel for fire, and what we focus on expands. And so this wounding that is still there is only a mental construct. It isn't. Oh, here we go, Darcy. This is straight through. It has no life force in it, except you keep breathing fire into it again by talking about it. So leave it behind, write your story, burn your story, bury your story. Okay, there you go. Hope that helped. Hey, Courtney, I've been seeing some of your beautiful jewelry. Oh, check it out. More cups. And this one is, it's that card that is beyond contentment. It's beyond. So this particular card speaks to, I mean, look at the kids, look at the people, look at the rainbow. This is the Bliss card. So congratulations. And you know, I've had some folks wanting to know about some protection, things that they could wear. So that would be a lovely thing for you to communicate with me about. And the other thing is think about, here's what I'd love to see. I'd love to see a bliss pendant or a bliss something. It just feels like it really calls out right now for that. So I don't know if that's resonating with you, but if it doesn't, don't. And if it does, do. Thanks, Courtney. Nice to see you again. Crystal, this one's for you. Okay, so money, property, tangible things. And this particular person has enough. Well, has even more than enough. Look. They're sitting in front of all of the abundance, all of the access to everything that they could possibly want. What happens here is that there's some holding on too tightly. So everybody just for a minute, indulge me and hold your fist up like this. Now, can I get anything in there? So when you hold on too tightly, nothing more can come. This particular card says you have way more than enough. That, however, is on your mind, it's on your heart, and it's under your feet. So what I'm going to suggest you do is that you put it into flow. And what's worked beautifully for some folks to do this is you just take $4, because it's a number 4, and you go out and you spend it on something that you think is fun. Put it into action. You doing that, you releasing, gets the flow to go. And in the meantime, you can just begin to open your hands to receive. And when you open your hands flat to receive, you can't, oh look, it's right under my chin. When you hold up your hands flat to receive, nothing can stay in there. So you want to make it like a bowl, okay? So that you can hold a bunch. And let me see if I can, maybe this is working for you, but it's not working very well for me. So we'll see how long we hang out together here. Hakuna, how are you? And thanks for jumping on. So there is something that is being reborn, rebirthing. And in order for this to happen, we have got to let something die. We cannot conjure something up when we haven't let something go and we haven't let it die. So this says that there's rebirth happening. And what, so hang on a second. Something's a little upside down. And that something that's a little upside down is stopping you from having that flow. So let's see, what do they say? Oh, okay. So I have no idea if this is feasible for you, but what they're saying is they want you to get on a swing and then swing. And when you're on the swing, to tip your head back and see the world upside down. There's going to be something that happens in that doing of that. I don't know whether it's just a fun kind of thing or what it is, but there's going to be something in there for you for that. So there you go. Okay. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you too. I hope you can see me. The hard work. So, this says pentacles, money, property, tangible things. But look, it's done. Like all the work is done. And it's so well done that you would want to hang it on your wall. So what is it that you're working on? And I'm just going to hold on for a second. What is it that you're working on that is almost finished, that you're almost done? It's okay, Anita. No one saw you. Right here. It's beautiful, and this is good. Okay, so I moved. So, Anne, the hard work is over. You're just putting the finishing touches on. So whatever it is that you're doing, it's like you're just polishing. Oh, if it was silverware, you'd be on the last few utensils. So I don't know why they said that, but there you go. Crystal, this one's for you. The Chariot. So the thing about the Chariot is there's no focus. He hasn't got any reins. See, no reins. These two beings are looking in opposite directions, or not opposite, but they're not looking in the same direction. So there's an internal conflict that would be really useful for you to resolve. Take the reins. The thing about the Charioteer is that he's got his head up there in the stars, but his feet aren't on the ground. And so this action that is attempted to start can't, because it's not grounded enough right now. So find yourself a piece of obsidian, put it in your pocket, And when you go to make decisions, any decisions, just put your hand in your pocket and feel that obsidian. It'll ground you and it'll bring that energy down to make the decision much easier. So there you go. All right, Keely, this one is for you. So a message coming about the practical world. You can see that way in the background there are mountains and lots of beautiful trees. So this could be a young person bringing a message about the practical world. Oftentimes it isn't necessarily money, but it is a it has something to do with the chair, Keely. I don't know what that means for you, but that's the message that I'm getting. So, all right, and everyone, hang on for just 1 second. I'm going to scoot over here and see. No, that doesn't work. I'm going to scoot over here. Ah, perfect. Okay. So here's one of the really cool things about being in different locations doing Facebook Live is that there's this little gizmo that has a round circle and the lighting is always right. But right now I'm using this little gizmo that's in the sky. It's called the sun and it has lighting, but it isn't always just right. So we're going to use Mama Nature and we're going to be happy with what we've got. So there you go. Roberta, this one's for you. All right. So, 5. Fives are lesson, and this particular lesson, Roberta, is kind of a spiritual one. It's about fire and passion and the spirit realm. And what this card says is that you have lots of help, except that no one knows what to do for you because you can't tell them. So there's a block for you being able to ask for what you want, to let people know how they can help you. And there's a lesson involved with this. So until you know how it is that someone can help you, and you can tell them, I need you to go to the store and get me peanut butter. And this is the kind of peanut butter they like. And this is, I will need you to get me some jam as well. And oh golly, I need some bread. So until all of us can do that, until we can tell spirit or our friends what it is that we need, we're going to get a whole lot of stuff that we don't need and nothing that not nothing, but we're not going to get what we need and want. And so, and I love that right now, the whole, look, all the dark went away and it got lightened up. So this is for all of us. And thank you, Roberta, for showing up and shifting from not being able to see to being able to see. That was amazing. So thank you for doing that. Cool. All right. Jessica, and will you close the door a little bit? And look, right after we get the shift in the light, then what comes up is Anita in the shadow, closing the door a little bit because now the sun is going down. But Jessica, this is the world. Obviously, this is the world. This is the world. What this says is that everything that you could want is being taken care of. Now, I was talking to someone else about trust. The very first thing we need to do is trust ourselves. It doesn't matter how trustworthy someone else is out there. If you don't trust yourself about deciding that that trustworthy person is okay, or that product or that course or that whatever is okay, if you don't build up those muscles, that confidence muscles of going, I can make this decision, I can make it well, and should it turn out in a way that I'm not good with, I can decide to do something different. When we do those things, it gets solid and we have access to all all that the world has to offer. So we had this thing where people couldn't understand what help was being needed. As soon as that conversation got started, the light shifted. Now, I pay attention to the outside world when I'm doing things because it will give me confirmation. So apparently this was something that all of us needed to hear right now. So thanks for hanging out, and I appreciate it. And look what we look what we manifested. We manifested now. I can see myself really well, and you probably will be able to see me too. So there you go. All right. So John, this one is for you. New beginning in the in the realm of the emotions. So aces are in my deck are gifts from the gods, and this isn't just the this isn't just a, oh, look here. Gifts from the gods are ones that they choose for you. So this has got divine inspiration. It isn't the kind of boy-girl love or that. This is a larger love than that. I would say that this is spirit raining down love upon you. This new beginning, and down here it has lotus. So I would say that I would, John, I would look for somewhere where lotuses grow. And I would think about finding a way to spend some time there, because it feels like this love is going to require some, So let me tell you the thing about lotuses. Lotuses grow out of muck. There was a beautiful pond when I was in Bali, and there was all these lotuses in it. But that pond was not moving. The muck in it was thick, and out of it would grow this amazing stem. It would have the leaves that would come out like this. And then out of here came one flower, one beautiful lotus, and it did this. And it did it for one day. Ooh, the end. And then it becomes a seed, an amazingly beautiful pod seed that I'd seen in Christmas decorations, but never anywhere else. It turns into this big seed, about this big. It's round, it's bronze colored, it has little round holes in it, and in there is the seed. The pod itself ends up being like about 3 inches deep and about this round. So it just feels to me that this card is calling out for you to look at what lotuses are all about, and then also to see about getting yourself to where they grow. There's going to be some amazing, beautiful thing that happens there, John. So thanks for hopping on. Nice to see you. All right, Linnea, hey. All right, you know what? Here you go. So you got 2. This says there's some boohoo going on. Look at the outpouring of cups, the 9. It's reversed. So contentment isn't, you're not feeling content right now. I'll just cut to the chase. And there's an outpouring. What it also says is this is necessary for this. You're all about to embark on a brand new journey. You can't do it. No one will go on a new journey when they're all like happy, happy, joy, joy. We're all going to just sit around and commiserate about how awesome everything is. But when it's upside down, then we are spurred on to take some action. Your action is a brand new journey. The old journey is over. You're done, kaput. You've sucked the life out of it. And so let it go. So there you go. I'd love to hear what that is all about. I mean, I have some ideas. Sean, this one is for you. Oh, thanks for the love. Oh, okay. Here we go. Just 1 second. It's a two-hander. Ooh, so beautiful. The magician. The magician uses the air, the earth, the fire, the water, and his own spirit to bring things into manifestation. So when I see this, it comes right after the Fool, which I think is very beautiful because Linnea got the Fool, and here you are right next to her getting the Magician. So there's movement here. I would say that your new journey requires that you use your emotions, your intellect, your groundedness to the earth, and your inspiration from the divine. And that's what's going to guide you to, well, there's an infinity sign there. So what you're embarking on this new journey. And be the magician in that journey. As a matter of fact, when we all do that, then we come to have the life we want. So I hope that's true for you. Roxy, hey, I haven't seen you for a long, long time. It's just beautiful. Ooh, look at you. Major Arcana. God is the big chicken in the sky is attempting to get a message to you. So Roxy, this is a message that says, either internally or externally, there's a union going on. Now, what I love about this is the angel above shining down in front of the sun. The sun is everything is going to be all right. Oftentimes, these things are internal. So our bodies, we all have a masculine and we all have a feminine. When I see this, I go, oh, it's time to bring your own masculine and your own feminine together so that you're whole and happy, and that this gift that's coming, this gift that's coming is going to actually be more available to you because you're going to tap more into your masculine side for the next little bit. You're going to reach out and you're going to take something. So when people offer us something, it's a good idea to reach out and take it, not to reach out and just let them place it in your hand. You want to take it. There's a difference between receiving like this, where you take and you receive, and receiving like this when you're passive. When someone is offering you something, this is for all of us. When someone is offering you something that you want, you reach out and take it, right? You know, not oh, okay, this is an act of that's an act of not tapping. I'm pointing to my heart, not tapping into your power and reaching out to grasp that which is truly for you. So there you go. Roxy, that was a lot, man. Teresa, hi. I'm going deep. The King of Pentacles, of course. Mastery of the practical world. And the thing that I love about this king is if you look over here, his scepter looks like the sign for Venus. So it's round, it's on top of staff. And so he does it from love. And when you look, there's lots of bold, use that energy, that masculine energy, but you can also balance it with how would an enlightened spiritual warrior do that? How would that enlightened spiritual warrior become the king? Because when you use enlightenment and spirituality, you are for a higher purpose, and that higher purpose usually taps into our love, right? At least that's what I think. All right, Sandy, this one's for you. Oh, so 7. you have come through a trial. You've risen above it. Now, the temptation when I see this card is that there's a temptation that you might want to jump back into the fray. Because maybe they're calling you back. Hey, we're lonely down here. Don't do it. There's no need. You have a nice wide stance. You can see up here that there's water running through it. It was emotional, but there's no need for you to jump back into all of that. So, Kimberly, this one's for you. Page of Cups. So what I know about this, when I see this emotionally, something is bubbling up from the unconscious into consciousness where it will not be denied. So there's no getting around this. There's no getting away from it. So you may as well just sit and be in the soup of things are bubbling up from the unconscious. There's no way that we can heal if we're not willing to have things bubble up from the unconscious, have us look at them and go, okay, all right, what do I have to learn here? What can I let go of and what can I keep? So always, if we look first, what's the lesson? Then honestly, nothing really bothers us that much. No, if I don't get caught up in needing to defend my position and someone says, well, this would be a lot better, and I'm not defending my position of, well, this is the way it is, then I have that ability to open, to receive all that that person is offering me. So there you go. Thane, hi, how are you? You guys have been getting shaken up out there. So, Victory, 6 Wands, passion, fire, drive. So whatever it is that you've been going through spiritually, look for a victory, because this person has been through all of the wands to the number 6. He's coming home victorious. In the olden days, before metal, they used to use laurel. This says that there's victory in what's going on. There are people beside you who have supported you or been there for you, and they yeah, they're they're going to be really glad to see you get off that horse. So whatever it is that you've been pushing for, it's going to be victorious. Thank you so much for all the love. But seriously, afterwards, you're going to have to get off the horse for a while. I don't know quite what that means to you, but there you go. Oh, you're welcome, Anne. Thank you, Teresa. Hey, Bridget, this one's for you. So you initiated something spiritually at some point. It has taken wind and it's about to land, but it hasn't yet. So look for things to move quickly. Whatever you initiated has, it's inspired, conspired, and now it's on its way to you. So there you go. Joni, hey. Oh, look at this, temperance, of course. So this says, always take the higher path. And you can see that when we do, over there is a crown. This beautiful angel has the ability to have one foot on the ground, one dangling in the water. Actually, got more like one toe on the ground, one dangling in the water, and still has the stability and ability to pour water from one cup to the other. So how I end, look at the nimbus around the head. So this is like an angelic being, and they're shining for you, saying, come on, let's take the higher path. Let's go to the mountain. Let's get the crown. So beautiful card. I always love this when it shows up because it calls me out to do even more spiritual work. So when I begin to do that and I infuse that and I fuse everything with that, things blossom and grow and are much more yummy and beautiful. So there you go. Nice, Joni. Thanks for popping on. Heidi, this one's for you. Knight of Wands. The body, mind, and spirit coming together over here. The thing that I like about this guy is unlike the Knight of Cups who needs entice to move forward. This guy is on his way already. Nothing is going to stop him. On here, he has salamanders, lizards on his, I don't even know what that's called, on his tunic. I'll call it a tunic. So he's got salamanders or lizards. Your dreams. So here you have the ability to wake up your dreams, go off on a journey of bringing the body, mind, and spirit together. So that sounds lovely. There you go. So Donna, hi. How's your kitty? So the twos are very powerful numbers. They're stable. What this says is that sometimes the swords are thoughts and ideas. Well, you can see here that the thoughts and ideas are off the card. So sometimes the thinking takes over the using all of your senses. So she's bound. By her eyes are bound, so she can't rely on what she sees. And we all know that what we're seeing out here is a whole bunch of big fat illusions, and that distraction is happening. So it's time for us, and this is a beautiful card, to sniff it out. I had a mentor who said, suss it out. Her idea of sussing it out was listen, sniff, taste, talk to it. So this says use all of your senses. Don't rely on what you're going to see because it's all an illusion. So there you go. All right, I'm looking over here because Anita's hiding over there. I was going to turn it, but I won't. Okay, Renato, how are you? So this particular card is a really good Mercury retrograde card. This card says if you are going to sign any contracts, make any deals with anybody or any of that, make sure you read the fine print. Because what we have here, just one second, pardon me, what we have here is someone who is sneaking off. But they foolishly left two of the swords behind. So do they want to get, do they want you to know that they're not telling you everything? Yes, they do. So Mercury retrograde is a really beautiful time for us all to look at the fine print. If we're going to buy something, no cars, no computers, none of that kind of stuff. And I don't know if you can hear it, but across the bay, the sirens are going off. So this is a big caution here. So be mindful that sometimes it's us that isn't telling ourselves everything, but sometimes it's people outside of us. So we've got to just, especially Mercury retrograde, just be mindful of, did I get all of the information? Have I got all the facts? So there you go. Stacy, this one's for you. Swords, thoughts, idea, the mental realm. So what we know here is, down here is chaos thinking, and look over here. Beautiful, calm, tranquil. So this is a move from frantic mind to calm mind. There's some ideas that you have that aren't serving you, but what I would say, underlie your thinking that are attached to the two of them together. So what I would say is, when you get to the place where you feel calm, where your mind is more clear, then I would look. There's 6 things that are interfering with your judgment, because you're relying on them for you're relying on them to give you information, but where it's skewed is in the way that you're thinking and what you're believing right now. So and you know, I'm going to see if I can find, I have a PDF, it's on beliefs, and it takes you through looking at what you don't have that you want. How come you don't have it? Because there's beliefs. If you don't have something that you want, if I don't have something that I want, it's because I don't believe I can. So that just called us all out, didn't it? So when you don't believe you can have something, you won't have the resonance that says, yes, I can. So, so when we hear when we are in resonance, when we're in alignment with what we want, and we draw it to us, likes attract. So there you go. So Stacy, I hope that was helpful. And oh, great! You know, I love it when I see, oh, I needed to hear that, or your comments. So thank you so much. All right, 3 more, and then I'm going to say adios. Okay, Suzanne. Hey, thanks for trying to send me that. I'm sorry it didn't work. Oh, I'm going to leave it like this because it is very effective this way. More effective than it is when it's right way up. So, Suzanne, this is God, Goddess, the big chicken in the sky, shouting out, stop sacrificing yourself. And now you can. Because when the hanged man is reversed like this, you can come down off of the T-bar. I'm not going to call it a cross. But so when we self-sacrifice and we feel good about it, I mean, we are schooled in how to make someone else more important than us, to do things that sabotage ourselves, to not be curious, to not take the next step, to stop ourselves. That's all self-sacrifice. So now this says it's time for you to don't do that. It's time for you to don't do that. Yes, it's time for you to don't do that anymore. And here you have a beautiful confirmation, affirmation about you don't have to. There's no need. And so if you can kind of, I don't know, Suzanne, if you do the tree pose in yoga, but if you can do the tree pose in yoga, and then when you're done, just walk away from it. And see how that feels. Do it on both sides and then just walk away from it. And you might want to do it over and over and over and over again until you actually are at a place where you go, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. And you notice that you are giving to yourself as much as you give to others. So there you go. Karen, hi. Oh, one of my favorite guys, the King of Wands. Wake up your dreams. See this little salamander down here? And the staff. And look at that focus. I mean, if there was ever a king to help you with fire and passion and drive and focus, this is the guy. Because he's only concerned with his staff and what he's doing with that. He's sitting on a throne that says, I'm waking up my dreams. And we could even imagine that he's doing it in the Leo time, which is coming up right away, right? So you can see yourself sitting there. You've got a power animal. And I encourage you to go and look at what salamanders mean, what lizards mean. His animal speak. Look in Animal Speak or look in mythicencyclopedia.com. So when these things come up, it's useful for us to go and look. What does it mean? What does the salamander mean? What does it mean to me? How is it playing out in my life? You know, can I light myself on fire and get busy and have things happen? He says you can. All right. So Carrie Jo. Oh, so emotionally, everything is going to settle down in the next month. So go out tonight, have a look at the moon, and then track the moon until it becomes like it is tonight again. And notice that the dog stop baying at the moon and everything emotionally settles down. Major arcana. What they're also saying is it's important that you take the higher path. So whenever we have an opportunity, what we're going to do is no gossip, no talking about anybody else. We're going to talk about ourselves. You know more about yourself than you do about anybody else. So if you're going to gossip about something, gossip to yourself about yourself. And you and use that, you know. All of these cards are great, but then you got to do something afterwards. So here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. I'm doing a summer special, and it's at the top, pinned at the top up there. So I would love if you would have a look at it. It talks about shamanic shape-shifting. It's just a quick little thing, 8 weeks, but I want you to look at it because it's not my usual style. So I'd like to know, do you like it? Don't you like it? If you like it, what do you like about it? If you don't like it, what don't you like about it? So together, we can shapeshift. We can use tarot to move our lives forward. So bliss everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for hopping on. Bye-bye.